I wish I knew this when I was 18, maybe even 16. I'd wonder where I am right now if I did. So in this video, I'm going to touch on what I would do if I was 16, maybe even 18 right now, and if I was at 16 right now, what I would do with my money to make me a millionaire by the age of 20. Before we get started, I'm Lee, this is my channel, and I'm basically just recording my journey through investing, property. So before we get started, please hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to stay tuned for more of these videos coming in the future. So yeah, what would I do if I was 16 again and I had some kind of income? So if it's a paper round, some kind of income like pocket money, what I would do with that compared to what I did do. So obviously when I was 14, I started a paper round, and then 15, 16 in high school, I pretty much increased my paper round and I was doing 2 a day. So every week I was earning, I think I was earning £32 a week. So if I had that, and let's say I saved half and put half away. So let's just say the £2 I just had spent that on my paper round in the shop buying a Coke or some sweets. And then I had 15, I split the 30 in half. What I would do with each one. So yeah, with the £30, I would have £15, £15, so 2 piles. 1 pile I would keep for myself. So going to the cinema with mates, going for food on the weekends, stuff like that. So £15 just to do social stuff with my schoolmates. The other 15 I would have saved up, but if I knew what I knew now, I would have invested it. So I would have put it into investments. Yes, the parents told me like put it in a building society, put it in an ISA, stuff like that. But obviously as a kid, you don't really think about that. You have money and you want to spend it. So if I put £15 away a week into savings, in 1 year, I would have £780. So at 16, saving £15 a week for a year, £780. And then obviously if I'd done that until I was 20, I would have saved £3,900. Now let's compare that to if we invested it into dividends. So how dividends work, it's pretty much you basically owning part of a business. So let's take Apple. So Apple basically breaks down their business into multiple different like little bits, so they're called shares, and then people buy shares of a company. So that's where you hear the shares come from. So you can earn or own a certain percentage of a company. So if you bought 1 share of Apple, that's pretty much you owning 1% of Apple. And then dividends is pretty much, they pay a dividends. So if you own 1 share, whatever profit they make, a certain percentage of that they will pay out to their shareholders. So if you own 1 share, they could pay you $2 or £2. And the more shares you own, the more you earn. So it's pretty much you're getting paid for doing no work. So you just buy part of a business. If that business makes money and they start paying out to shareholders, you start earning money. So that's called passive income. So let's look at the calculation. So it's all on my laptop here, so I am going to look to the side now, but pretty much remember what the calculation was for the last one. So if you basically just saved £15 a week for a year and then times that for 5 years, you would earn basically £4,000. So £4,000, that's you doing nothing. But if you put £15 into dividends or investments at the age of 16, let's look at the difference when it comes to the 5 year point. So year one, you will pretty much earn around $200 that first year. And obviously the way dividends work is it's basically a snowball effect. So the more money you put in, basically that bigger the income basically comes, and the bigger that snowball comes, and that snowball effect rolling down a hill, for example. So if you keep investing every week over the 5 years, this is how much you can do. So those dividends each year will keep growing. So year one will be $200. Year two, you'll earn $429. Year three, $682. Year four, $959. Year five, $1,253. So that's how much you would earn on top of your investments. So from 16 to 20, every week you put £15 away. That's how much you would make each year from that. And then pretty much as you're 20, you would have earned a total of £41,869. So that's a massive difference. So you just holding on to your money, or in the bank, you would have £4,000. Or if you invest it into dividends in 5 years, if you keep investing £15 every week for 5 years, you could have a total of £41,000 in your bank account. So yeah, this is something I wish I knew when I was 16, or when I had a paper round, even when I started working, when I left school. If I knew this now, I probably would have been retired by now. I'm 32. I could have been retired if the stock market kept going the way it is now. So if you are watching this and you're 16 to 18, I highly recommend looking into this. Definitely speak to your parents, speak to a financial advisor or a broker, just someone who has more experience. Like I said, this is just what I think, what I wish I'd done. Obviously, it's your money, it's your investments, it's your future. Obviously, speak to your parents, see what they say, speak to a financial advisor or a broker, and then go from there. But I wish I'd done this, and you've seen the difference, £4,000 to £41,000 in just 5 years of saving £15 a week. And then obviously, if you are looking at investing, do your research on companies and probably look at the safer ones and the ones you know best. So like, Apple, they've been around for years. They're constantly on the incline. Microsoft is another one. They've just come out with AI. So those stocks are pretty much going to blow up pretty soon. What else is there? Apple, Microsoft. There's Google is another one. So don't invest in the companies that you don't know and the dividend is high. So if there's a company like offering a 12% dividends, do your research. This is where you got to speak to your parents, financial advisors, or a broker who knows more about stocks or the stock market. Coca-Cola is another one. Like, we know Coca-Cola has been around for centuries and they pay a good dividends out. So make sure you do your research. Look at really strong positions on the stock market and play it safe. Dividend investing is a long-term investment. It's not short-term. So if you do save your money for 5 years, remember, if you keep saving that, you could stop. So when you get to 20 and you got 41 grand, you could stop investing, but that will just keep building. So by the time you're 30, you could still be earning dividends from that. Each year it will just keep growing and growing and growing with you doing nothing. So you could save up until you're 20, stop investing weekly, maybe go into monthly then, because obviously you'll probably have a more secure job and a bigger income coming into when you were 16. So definitely just look at it, play the market. Like I said, it is a long-term thing. It's not short-term. So yeah, if you do invest from 16 to 20, you can cut off your weekly investments when you're 20, go into monthly, maybe £50 a month then, just so you are topping it up and it's still building. But definitely something to look into, and remember, it is a long-term investment, and when you get to 30, 40, it will pay off and you could possibly be a millionaire. So that is it for this video on how you can become a millionaire by the age of 20. Hope you enjoyed this. Make sure you give it a thumbs up button, and also subscribe if you're not subscribed. I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers.